My name's Barbara Tromser. I'm a school cleaner from Mount Gravatt High. I've been a school cleaner for about 13 years and a delegate for around about 7 years with United Voice. I like going into a place where it's dirty and then all of a sudden, when I'm finished, it's clean.
Work your magic.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a good one. Work my magic.
I'm Perry Mitchell, Schools Officer Grounds at Alexandra Hill State High School. I've been working there for just coming up to 25 years. I love the outdoors. It's nothing better than being out in the Queensland fresh air. There's a lot of job satisfaction seeing that you've made the oval and the sports field for the kids to play on. Everything's safe.
My name is Colleen Durnian. I've been a teacher aide for 27 years at Redlands District Special School. So my experience has always been working with special needs children. We deliver the curriculum, obviously, in the classroom as a team with our teachers. All teacher aides at our school deliver medication and first aid treatment to the students. A lot of our students have no communication, so we also have to have skills in various means of augmented communication. They are paraprofessionals that work in the classroom all the time.
My name's Sharon Abbott, and I have been working in a school as an admin officer and now employed as a business services manager. I love the community and basically working with a great group that all have school and student outcomes at the forefront of their minds.
My name is Kevin Bates and I'm the President of the Queensland Teachers Union. I've worked here for almost 20 years in various roles, including as an organiser and industrial advocate, before being elected as the President in 2012. One of the great pleasures that I have in the job as President of this union is visiting schools and meeting teachers all over the state. My most recent school visits have been to the Gulf country of Queensland, to Doomadgee, to Mornington Island, to Normanton and to Burketown. And I have to say that every person that I met is doing something that is inspirational to our teaching profession.
Job security is paramount to me. Look, I'm 55. I can't plan for my retirement. I can't put away any money because I don't know if I'm going to have a job next year. And if I do lose my job and I do happen to get into the contract side of it, my hours will be reduced. So whatever commitments I have now in bill-wise, I won't be able to maintain them.
Well, a lot of the schools officers now, I mean, they're at a school and they think they're stuck in that little school. They don't realise that everyone's going through the same thing. I think it's the pressure from up top. They're under pressure, which comes down the line, and when you're at the bottom of the line, it sort of hits a bit harder.
When the guys came around to blow me down.
Our big concerns at the moment are the fact that this modern award has come in and has stripped us of the conditions that we gained, just over 3 years ago. And it took us 37 years to get to that stage of gaining permanency and maximisation.
Business managers, admin officers, teacher aides, science operations officers, systems technicians, the whole works are basically understaffed and overworked, so there's a real disconnect between what's required in a school and what we actually have.
The threat of privatisation, outsourcing, is very real.
Contestability is another thing that we don't know whether contestability is going to happen for schools officers or us.
The new PPP schools, they advertise for schools officer jobs there, and the department told us that they're going to be employed by the private companies. So those jobs are now private jobs, they're not schools officer jobs. So I'm concerned on how far that's going to go. A lot of schools officers and cleaners that have been at the schools for a long time, You know, the kids know we're there, they know who we are, they have a continuity of someone being there.
I am the breadwinner in my family, and I have been for the past 22 years. So for most of my working life, it has been very important to me that my job is secure.
We're constantly seeing people overworked and also our classification levels haven't increased with the more responsibility that we have, so there's a real disconnect there. We're just up against it, and you know, lots of people are at breaking point. We've just done a wellbeing survey where we've seen, you know, a lot of business managers are taking medication to deal with their workload and their issues in schools.
One of the most powerful issues for me has been the impact of increases in class sizes on teachers. We've seen 519 fewer teachers employed over the last 3 years than were needed to cater for enrolment growth in our schools. As a consequence, massive blowouts in class sizes have occurred. Our rough calculations would suggest that more than 150,000 students are currently being taught in oversized classes.
Workload management, that's another one that's a big issue with school cleaners. As it stands now, we have just enough time to get everything done that we have to do. They forget that we're in a school. We're putting kids' lives, their health in danger if they have contracting out, because you cannot, if you're a contractor, you will not have the same amount of hours as we have now, and so you cannot have that same sort of standard, and that is very detrimental, especially in primary school. They are a different species than adults, and they make a different mess.
A lot of them have put their hands in their pocket, have got themselves degrees and diplomas in the thought that this job would be a permanent job. Because our students need such personal care and such one-to-one care, it's essential that every classroom have a teacher aide for the entire teaching period. To keep them in a school, you have to be offering them something that's going to be an incentive, and certainly they can't do it without having the hours, and they can't do it without having the permanency.
Unless it's addressed, you know, it's just going to keep getting worse, and we're seeing so many things being devolved back to schools, and no extra time, no extra remuneration for the job we're actually doing.
Held on as tightly as you held on me.
Every school is going to experience these problems, and it's going to have long-term consequences for education. So the LNP government is no friend of education.
Over the last 10 years, schools officers have sort of come a long way. Join the union for a start and be active in the union.
I just would love to see a proper review done of their allocation for school support staff, which includes, you know, extra hours in admin, allocated time for science operations officers, allocations for systems technicians, actually paying the schools officers correctly so for the job that they're doing, because they're saving us huge amounts of money because they have the capacity to do maintenance tasks around the school.
We need to work very closely with other employees in our schools to make sure we're a united front in the lead up to a state election that will be critical for the future of education in Queensland.
It's the old story, you know, one person certainly has a voice, but many voices make a difference.